So my mom was in the hospital for a pacemaker. It was a procedure that is, in most cases, relatively straightforward, but the 1 hour surgery had turned into 5 hours, and in the process, her lung partially collapsed. It would take a few more days for her to recover. I returned to my childhood home to stay with my father, to cook, to put in his eye drops 3 times a day, to bathe him, and to help him to bed. I even brought along a copy of Walden that he had given me years before, thinking he'd like to hear it as he went to sleep. He wasn't interested. My dad had Alzheimer's. I think it's important to say here. So I turned to the book Robin Hood that my mother kept in a bookcase for her grandchildren, slowly turning the pages and showing him the pictures. He seemed particularly amused by the Disney version of the bumbling Sheriff of Nottingham. One morning before breakfast, the short window of time each day when his mind was at its clearest, he turned to me from his seat on the couch and asked, "When's my birthday?" His frame looked small under his red and white crocheted blanket, but his eyes were alert and fixed intently on mine. "You'll be 88 this summer," I told him. He raised his eyebrows as if surprised by the number, then paused to formulate his next words. "I'll try to make it till then, and then I'll slip away." My breath froze mid-inhalation. I thought I should hug my father, but stopped myself, knowing it would cut short the conversation about dying he seemed open to having right then and there. I sat down next to him and fought to compose myself. "Dad, you've lived such a long and meaningful life, and you've touched so many people. You can feel great about that," I began. "You'll know when the time is right to let go." "But do you think it's right?" he asked. I noticed my lower lip quivering once again and bit it gently. How does a daughter who loves her dad answer a question like this? I knew that he was looking for nothing more than my honesty. "Yes, Dad," I finally replied. "I think the time is about right." Those may have been the hardest words I've ever uttered. I was surprised that I held it together and felt a quiet relief in having spoken the truth. Later that day, as I was unloading groceries from the trunk of the car, I noticed I had bought my father V8 Original instead of V8 Low Sodium. Only then did I lose it. I leaned against my car and sobbed uncontrollably over buying the wrong, stupid V8. Maybe we're not all destined to care for our parents' ailing bodies. Maybe we won't ever be called upon to answer their hardest questions. But I think we could all use V8 moments sometimes, moments when the small things become stand-ins for the larger ones, allowing the pain to begin its slow and inexorable release.